Hey everyone, how you doing here? The Weather and Toilet Finder 775 here, and welcome back to yet another video. This time it is my update video on the potential for severe weather today, which is the first day of spring, March 19th, 2020. Before I go into the video though, I would kindly ask that you do consider subscribing if you like any of my content. Also be sure to consider liking the video and or leaving a nice comment on it. Things first, before I go into the outlook stuff, the basics. The what is scattered and numerous severe thunderstorms possible. When is today, mainly later this afternoon and evening. Where portions of the central U.S. risk level is marginal to enhanced, level 1 to 3 out of on a 5-point scale. Threats: all modes of severe weather appear possible. With some significant hail equal to or greater than 2 inches in diameter, also possible in southeast Nebraska, southwest Iowa, northwest Missouri, and northeast Kansas. Now let's get into that categorical outlook. First things first, we have a marginal risk layer extending from northeast Texas all the way to the southern Great Lakes. There's an embedded slight risk layer that's indicated by those yellow on the map. And this indicates a level 2 risk for severe weather. That's where you're going to experience scattered severe thunderstorms. Now this has 2 embedded enhanced risk areas. First one is from northern Arkansas northeastward to southern Indiana, and the second one is from southeast Nebraska and northeast Kansas through to southern Iowa and northern Missouri. And that's where you're going to experience numerous severe thunderstorms. Now give me a second, I'll get started talking about the probabilistic outlooks. Oh, I'm sorry, the summary of that categorical outlook. Summary of there is an enhanced level 3 risk of severe thunderstorms for 2 areas. 1, from the Ozark Mountains into the Ohio Valley, and 2, eastern Nebraska, Iowa, and northern Missouri. There's a slight level 2 risk of severe thunderstorms from northeast Texas to southern Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, and southwest Ohio. There's also a marginal level 1 risk of severe thunderstorms from southern Texas to southern portions of Michigan and southern portions of Wisconsin and the lower portions of Michigan. I apologize if I do keep stumbling on my words. Sometimes I am in a rush today. Summary of outlook. Severe thunderstorms appear possible over a broad part of the central United States, with the greatest threats over parts of southeast Nebraska and southern Iowa and northern Missouri, as well as from parts of the eastern Ozarks to the lower Ohio Valley. Now let's get started talking about those probabilistic outlooks. First things first, we have 2 marginal or 2% tornado probability areas. The first one is for South Texas. That's where you're going to experience isolated tornadoes. We even have an even larger and broader area extending from the Central Plains, excluding central Kansas and Oklahoma, northeastward to western Ohio is where you're going to experience isolated tornadoes. We actually have 2 5% risk areas. First one is from northeast Texas to far southwest Ohio, with a second one extending from southern Nebraska, southern east, southeast Nebraska, all the way to northern and western Illinois. Both of these have an embedded 10% risk area. First one is from southeast Nebraska into southern Iowa and far northern Missouri. The second one is from northern Arkansas to southern Indiana. Is we're going to experience the potential for numerous tornadoes. Tornado risk table for today. 423,115 square miles and 52.98 million people are at risk for any tornado today. 5% wind risk extending from the Central Plains, again excluding central Kansas and Oklahoma, all the way down to all the way eastward to central Ohio and southern portions of the Great Lakes. This is where you're going to experience isolated damaging wind gusts of 60 miles an hour or greater, or a very low probability. 15% risk extends from eastern portions of Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma, as well as northern East Texas, eastward to southwest Ohio. This has in two embedded 30% risk areas for southern Iowa and one for southern Iowa and northern Missouri, and the second one and the other being for northern Arkansas to southern Indiana. 584,253 square miles and just over 70 million people are at risk for damaging power. We have a 5% large hail risk extending from the Central Plains yet again excluding portions of central Kansas and central Oklahoma, eastward to southwest Ohio, with a 15% risk zone extending from northern East Texas and eastern portions of Oklahoma, Kansas, and Nebraska, all the way down to western and southern Indiana. And we even have a 30% severe weather, large hail risk for southeast Nebraska, northeast Kansas, northern Missouri, and southern Iowa, with even a significant hail risk possible larger than 2 inches in diameter, as I mentioned earlier towards the beginning of the presentation. This area extends from southeast Nebraska and northeast Kansas through to south central Iowa and north central. Now let's get started talking about that probabilistic table, if my mouse will cooperate. The day one hail risk, 539,666 people are at risk for hail, along with 61.65 million people. 61.645 million people. Next update, no updates beyond this video are scheduled. In other words, this will be the last video related to this severe weather event. However, I promise you that I'll film as many severe weather alerts as I possibly can if I'm able to. And that's the video, severe weather, and that's the video, severe weather potential for today, March 19th, 2020. If you enjoyed this video or any of my other content, please be sure to click like or comment or subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.